Hello, beautiful mom leaders. Welcome, welcome, welcome everybody to Conscious Champagne Chat number 75. Let me move my desk a little bit down. I was pressing the live button too fast and I didn't even position the camera properly in place. So today, my friends, let me know when you're here. Please comment. I love to interact with you. I really live. This is my lifeblood, seeing you interact, So let me know when you're here. Give us a thumbs up because today we're going to talk about the kindness trap when giving becomes energy draining and pretty much an emotional burden. And I'm 100% sure and confident that I'm speaking to each and every woman in here, that we know how to give, but we have no clue how to receive. And for many, giving is the default. That's what we know. That's how we've been raised. Giving is something we consider to be kind. We hear a lot and everywhere is like, the more you give, the more you will also get back. And so we're encouraged to give, except that most of us don't know how to give whilst making sure that our cup still stays full and that we still have enough energy left for us. So what I want to share with you today is how you, first of all, can identify when you're giving too much, and then also share with you a little exercise of how to move into receiving. Because, quite frankly, in the universe, in nature, everything needs to be in balance, my friends. It needs to be in balance. Nothing in the universe doesn't work with an opposite of the other thing. And so, there's light, there's darkness, there's cold, there's warm, right? It's the same thing with giving and receiving. You cannot give without receiving because it's going to feel terrible. And so the first thing I want you to do is to check in with yourself and see, am I a overgiver? Am I giving too much? And there's a couple of signs you can go and check. If you have no energy left, if you feel most of the time tired, and if you feel like you're being pulled in too many different directions, those are very often signs that you are giving way too much. Okay? And what happens then is, especially with certain people where we give a lot, we tend to become resentful. So when you feel a lot of resentment inside of you, maybe even anger towards certain people, whether this is your husband, your children, or your mother-in-law, or your working colleague, it doesn't matter. That's a sign you are giving way too much for these people. The other sign you can go and check in is, do you feel like you're failing on most of the fronts? One of the comments I get to hear a lot, especially for those of you who also have to work and also or pursue a career, what I get a lot from you is, I feel pulled in so many different directions that I'm actually feeling like I'm failing on all fronts. I can't, it doesn't feel like I can do good enough on one front. One of the things always comes to short, either my kids or my work. And so this feeling of being pulled in too many different directions means you're giving way too much of you. And I want you to jump in with me and do a little exercise that hopefully just demonstrates why it is so important to stay in balance and check in with yourself and make sure you learn to receive. If you don't know how to receive and also take, you're going to feed your resentment, you're going to feed your anger, and you're eventually going to feed and maybe walk yourself even into a burnout, right? And so a very simple exercise to demonstrate it, really jump in with me and go and do this with you. So if I ask you, I want you to just breathe in, really breathe in, right? And just keep breathing in. I can't do it because I need to talk, but I want you to just take a deep breath and keep breathing. Keep breathing in and keep holding it in. Just keep doing that. Keep doing that. And what you'll realize is it starts to become really painful. It hurts. It hurts for me. It hurts here on my chest. It really becomes painful. And now I want you to go and breathe out. And just see how really good that feels for a second, because you're counterbalancing. And now keep breathing out. Keep breathing out. And this is your giving. Keep breathing out. And again, it becomes really, really painful. And so next time you feel tired and exhausted, I want you to go and remind yourself of this exercise. When you breathe out, and you just keep going and you keep going, it starts to hurt. It sucks your energy. It takes everything out of you, basically. And so when you breathe out too long, when you give out too much, you know you've gone too far. And then you need to breathe in again. It needs to be in flow. Breathing in and breathing out only feels good if we do it in a certain rhythm. And it's the same thing with giving and receiving. Giving, when you are energy drained, when you're tired, when you're exhausted, you know you've given too much. And that's when it's time to come back and receive. And it's learning to receive, to be supported, learning to receive that you are enough, learning to receive love that so many of us are blocking out because of all the resentment and because of all the feelings that we have, that we think we need to go and do, right? We are like literally blocking out love and the capability to receive love, because at the end of the day, when we're gone through our gazillion items on the to-do list, we don't have time. We are exhausted for the most important parts in our life. And so again, that's how you know you have given too much. And the best, so how do you switch? So next time you find yourself giving too much, or like it doesn't feel good, but you feel like you have to do it because that's just what you're used to, right? I want you to go and check in yourself and really ask yourself, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? And then I want you to realize, is it things, because most of the times we are giving too much when we have, as a result of an underlying emotion. And your emotion is either guilt, or your emotion could be driven. You have to be kind, a compulsory kindness almost that's infiltrated in us. If I'm not giving, I'm not a kind person, I'm a bad person. And that's just not the truth, my friends. It's 100% not the truth. So check in with yourself, why you're doing this, and then just notice. Don't judge yourself. This is not the point. This is just to figure out, why am I doing it? What's the underlying emotion that is driving me to do this? And that emotion is most likely not a healthy emotion for you, because that emotion is going to result on the other end in unhealthy behavior like resentment and anger and and so on. And so that's where you then need to go back and start clearing your underlying emotions to not translate in you giving too much, and learning to start to receive as well. And the way we want to receive is without feeling guilty. It's absolutely okay to get support. It's absolutely okay to be pampered once in a while. You know, the way we want to receive, most of us are actually giving. And really deep down, we have secret expectations. And I can tell you, this especially happens when you are entering into a fight with your husband and the conversation goes like, but I'm already doing laundry and I'm already doing this. Yeah, but I'm changing the car tires. And do you know what I have all on my plate? Like when you are fighting over too many obligations that are having, I can tell you that you're not doing the things, you're not giving the things without any expectations. And that's what's really exhausting. That also means we're not coming from a place of abundance, because your cup is not full. Your cup is damn empty. And when your cup is empty, it's not good. It's not pleasant to give. It just doesn't feel good to any one of us, right? And then you shouldn't be giving, and that's absolutely fine to not give. So we want to give without expectation. And let me give you an example. I used to, after like coming home from work at 5 p.m., picking up the kids when they're tiny, and then I like quickly had to go and make dinner. And then, when dinner was on the table and everybody's like, I don't like this, and the potatoes are too smashy, and everybody had to pick about something. And in the back in the days when I didn't have these tools, and I would let stress take over, and the feeling, I have to cook. Why was I cooking? Why was I giving the cooking, basically? I realized, well, because I had very high expectations of giving healthy, fresh food for my kids every day, point one. Point two is, that's what you're supposed to do as a mom. I felt really guilty if somebody would have ever found out that I'm like not cooking for my children. Right? So again, my identity of being a good mom equaled, you have to cook every day. And it stressed the heck out of me. And then really deep down, I had the expectation though, that when I'm cooking, everybody on the table is like, oh, mommy, you did such an amazing job. Thank you for putting dinner on the table. And thank you for cooking. But the reality is, that's not going to happen, my friends, most of the time. Right? Which I'm not saying is not a nice thing. But it's not happening. And the reason it's not happening, that we're not getting this thank you, is because we actually resent the activity ourselves. But we're still giving. We're still giving. We're still giving. And as long as we're giving out of resentment, and we keep doing that, we also can't see a way of how to break that cycle. And it starts with the emotional work. It starts with you reframing. Like in my case, I had to reframe. Me being a good mom doesn't mean I have to cook every day. This is like not related at all to each other. And that took out like the whole pressure. And then I could move into saying, you know what? I actually do like cooking. I mean, I really do. Like it kind of calms me down, but I don't like to do it every day. And I definitely don't like to do it in a hurry. And that allowed me then to go and say, and show up. And I realized, I'm cooking because I want to. And when I cleared all that stuff, now I can sit at dinner, and if somebody, the comments won't stop. There is still kids, my kids will still say, I don't like the carrots, and then I'm like, whatever. And that's okay, but it's not affecting me. And I don't take it personal. It has nothing to do with me. Yeah, the cooking example, I know. So, because I decided I'm giving what I can do, but then I'm also have allowed myself to receive. And the way I'm receiving, and I put myself up for receiving, was, that now my husband is taking over like 2 days a week. Or my kids, now that they're older, they're taking over cooking time, right? That's how but I also had to allow that, because on the other hand, when my kids cook, what my kitchen looks like? It's super messy, super messy. So there's another area you have to go and work on and say, okay, but they're doing it and it's really great because I'm getting it. And then I can clean up afterwards. It's fine. But you have to find out, where are you giving where it doesn't feel good to you? First, find out why. Find out why are you doing that. That will help you to then open up to start receiving. I tell you, you standing there saying, yeah, but then my husband doesn't do this and they don't do that. That is a very fixed mindset. That's a very closed mindset. And the reason you literally cannot see, this is like a blind spot, you literally cannot see a different way out, is because your emotions clock you up. And your emotions cover and cloud even a different possibility to see. And so you have to get in there. You have to get that out. And for those of you who are in the Rapid Anger Relief Mastermind, you know how to do that. So keep doing that. Keep clearing that stuff. And then just be honest to yourself, where do I love to give? And where do I want to receive? And then just go and claim it, my friends. All right. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And I'll be seeing you. Bye.